Hi, this is Lisa Sussman with Ion South Florida, and today we are here at the beautiful Seagate Country Club in Delray Beach, where we are honoring breast cancer survivors. This is the 5th annual event, known to all as the Girls, Pearls, Hats, and Heels. This event benefits the Bethesda Memorial Hospital as well as the Delray Library. We're here with Jan Kucera. She is a member and sits on the board at the Delray Library. How are you today?
I'm fine. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for bringing your audience to Girls, Pearls, Hats, and Heels.
It's so exciting to be here. Everyone looks so beautiful. The room looks so beautiful. It's such a buzz. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the event today and what brought you here?
Well, 5 years ago, I had my breast cancer treatment at Bethesda Memorial Hospital in Boynton Beach, and I also sit on the foundation board there, and I'm also part of the library board and help with all their fundraising. So when I got out of the hospital and breast cancer sidelined me for about a year, I was pretty frustrated and ready to get back into the mix, and I said to our board, I'm going to start a breast cancer event to benefit my two organizations, the library and Bethesda Women's Center. And here we are 5 years later with a room full of people shopping and having a great time, and it's grown beyond my wildest dreams. Our first year was small, but we managed to raise a few bucks. Come enjoy the 6th annual Girls, Pearls, Hats, and Heels.
Tell us a little bit about who is speaking today.
Well, our chairwoman this year, very kindly, is Dr. Jackie Morocco. She's a very active fundraiser in our community. We will have Nancy Doherty, who is the current president of our board of directors. And I think one of our other significant survivors, I'm going to save that as a surprise, so we might get that on tape later. But we have a lot of important people in this room that believe in the cause and are supporting breast cancer awareness.
We wish you such success in the future with this event and all that you're involved with.
Thank you very much. I'm so glad you're here today.
Seems like a big turnout for today. What goes into an event like this?
Well, it takes at least 6 months to plan for it, and every year gets better and better, and the word gets spread just basically organically, and it's been a success. Each year we keep building. The whole goal is to help raise awareness for breast cancer through Bethesda Hospital Women's Center and also the Delray Beach Library.
It's a wonderful event. It's a beautiful venue. It must feel fantastic to be partnered with the Seagate.
It is. It's such a beautiful location, and they've always been so wonderful to us. And it is a perfect setting. It's elegant, but it's also casual. There's a sense of community here. And the room is filled with all kinds of vendors. Each vendor gives 10% of their proceeds from today to our cause, and it helps to create awareness for breast cancer and emphasize the importance of surviving. And we have a survival circle, which is a unique element to our event where we honor women that have gone through it, just like Jan and many others, and we honor them because they are our pillar of strength. And we just want to give people hope and give women a sense of community and let them know they're loved and cared for.
I think you're doing a wonderful job. I can see the love and feel the love in the room. It's a wonderful thing for us to be a part of today. Thank you. Continued success.
We love you too, Lisa.
I was able to find Kirsten Stanley in the crowd and able to have a little conversation with you today. We are so honored to have you here today, Kirsten. We know that you are a survivor.
I have actually stage 4 breast cancer, so I've undergone treatment for 6 years. I was diagnosed when I was 34 years old and have gone through treatment for the metastasis to not only my liver and lymph nodes, but my brain as well.
It's such a long road, Kirsten. You and I were talking briefly about how people feel as though somebody going through this should appear.
That was one of the reasons I went public with my diagnosis, was to recognize that there's a lot that can go on inside somebody that nobody can see. So the typical cancer patient, or our stereotype of that, is certainly not what it is the reality today. We're very lucky with the treatments that we have, that we're not losing our hair. There's not just one person, there's so many different faces of cancer. And I think for me, showing that it can be somebody and I can have a very active lifestyle, but still be dealing with this disease.
And Kirsten, how often should women be checked? What is the norm on that?
I had an annual OBGYN visit about 3 months prior to finding the tumor. So if that's any indication, I don't know statistically when you should be checked, but mine was a very quick growing tumor, and so I would say if you do it yourself, do it as frequently as you can, once a week in the shower. And if anything's different, you know your body. Don't dismiss it like I did.
Certainly be vigilant about your own health care.
Exactly. That's the only thing. You're in control of that.
We're wishing you continued success,
Great.
and I hope that you're able to enjoy yourself today.
Great. Thank you very much.
We were lucky to catch Kay Harvey in the crowd today, who's here from Bethesda Memorial Hospital. How are you today?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Let's talk a little bit about how the two foundations came together today, Kay.
Well, the person who brought us together really is a board member that we both share, the library and the foundation, and that's Jan Casera. Jan, as you know, is a survivor of breast cancer, and wanting to raise awareness and bring two community assets together and bring women together to share their stories is how it all came about.
Sitting on a foundation board such as this, I'm sure that you see so many highs, so many lows. Today is certainly a high.
Absolutely, absolutely. I said to you before that it's so wonderful to walk in and feel the energy in the room that just lifts you up and carries you through the day and possibly the rest of your life. It's really wonderful to see it.
There's a feeling of connection here,
Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
with the survivors, with the team that puts together this event. Where do you see this event going forward?
I think it'll just continue to keep going and being better and better, although it's hard to top this. Every time I walk in, I think the same thing. What's wonderful for us is we see people at their lowest point at the hospital, and when we know that they're having difficulty, there's people there to help them. But this is the kind of thing that makes them feel normal, makes them feel part of life again, makes them realize that there are people here that are supporting them. It's women power at its very finest. It's lovely to be part of it.
Wonderful. Delray Beach is such a fun community to live and work in, and to come out and support events like this must mean so much to you.
It really does. And as I've said before, I've lived here for 23 years. I work here, I live here, I raise my family here, and anything that I can do to give back to the community is very important.
We look forward to hearing you speaking today, as well as honoring all of the survivors here today.
Thank you so much.
How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm well, thank you for asking. I wanted to talk to you about your company and what brought you here today.
Well, actually, what I like to share what I do, and my company, we give a portion back to charity on every sale, and we've actually raised over $90,000 for charity. And I'm really proud of that, but there's a reason behind that. I have a story that I always share with people.
Why don't you share that with our listeners?
Okay, well, I took a tragedy in my family, and my niece Rosie was diagnosed with a rare form of cancer at the age of 11. And at 14, she passed. And that has motivated me to give back and to give back to the community. And she was an amazing young lady, and I'm blessed to have known her for the short period of time that she was in my life. And that's why I do what I do.
Sorry, that choked me up.
I know, I have moments.
I have an 11-year-old.
Oh my God. Oh. Yeah, it's hard because, I have moments where I get really emotional about it because she taught me so much. I mean, I believe that when children pass, at such an early age. They teach us things, and she opened up my heart like you would not believe. And I just want people to know that you can take a tragedy in your family and turn it into something so amazing and bless other people with it.
When the motivation is love, I think that this is the result that you get.
Absolutely, no doubt, yeah. So
You spoke on your company, you spoke about the money that was raised. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your company?
well, I've been doing this for quite some time, but I love what I do, and I like doing events like this because it benefits two different charities, and that I love. So yeah, so what I do is I create with pieces already in existence, but I incorporate just different designs, and it's just a gift that God gave me. So I'm just going with it. But I design with real pearls, but then I also can pair it with semi-precious stones, or I use Swarovski crystals. So I have a variety of different elements in my designs. So.
Hi, Alan. How are you today?
I'm doing well, and you?
I'm doing well. I know that you're involved on the Delray Beach Library end of today's event, and you are partnered up with Bethesda Memorial. How did this all come to be for you?
Well, one of our board members, Jan Kucera, is also involved in Bethesda Hospital, and we thought it would be a great tie-in with Breast Cancer Awareness Month to do a fundraiser that supports both the hospital and the library, and we kind of merged that together into this event, Girls, Pearls, Hats, and Heels. So.
It's a wonderful event. It's a big turnout today for this event.
Yes, we're very happy, and it did get postponed. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but we had this little event called Hurricane Matthew that came by and changed plans, so we were able to move it today, and we're very glad that everybody could be here with us.
The library supports so many different foundations for the community of Delray Beach. Going forward, why don't you tell our listeners a little bit about what's coming up through the library?
Well, the library is unique in that we're a 501c3 nonprofit corporation and not a department of government like most libraries. We are supported by tax dollars, but we have the ability to raise funds for things like our new children's department and other activities and programs that we have at the library. So we're always looking for partners and sponsors to help us benefit the library, but also give them greater awareness and exposure to the people that visit the library.
Why don't you tell us a little about your company and what it offers?
I've been in business 17 years. I started out of my garage making sandals, Lady Linnell sandals, which are sold globally now at Ritz-Carlton's, Four Seasons, high-end resorts and boutiques throughout the world. Along with 9 years ago, I started implementing a clothing line, which has gone very, very well. One of my designs. And we are now selling these also to some of the high-end hotels throughout the world. So I've got my boutique in Jupiter, my God, my boutique in Jupiter for 9 years, and now we are just kind of this. I grew up in Delray. This is kind of my backyard, and decided with Jan Kucera, all these amazing people that have asked me to be a part of the event. We do this little pop-up store, and it's awesome.